Welcome to No Fiction Football. No fiction, no filler, just quality football analysis. Well, quality is stretching things just a little bit. Okay, so welcome to the new episode where we've now finished the second round of group stage games. Some teams are already guaranteed a pathway into the round of 32, and they're already guaranteed that they've won their groups. So anyone who's backed countries like Germany or Mexico will see a big boost in their points tallies next week when we include the bonus for winning the groups, or even the bonus for finishing second in the group, or even the bonus for being one of the best third place qualifiers. Unfortunately, we already know that some teams will not be joining us in the round of 32. At this stage, we say a big see ya to Turkey. Don't waitey any more Haiti. It wasn't going to be your year, is ya, Tunisia. That's really stretching it. Sorry about that. And something that rhymes with Jordan. So farewell to all those teams that are already out of the World Cup. 32 teams make it into the next round. There's 48 teams, so there's a lot of spaces still there to be grabbed in the round of 32. And not that many teams are being eliminated at this stage, just 16. So all of us have 6 countries in our selections. I would hope, in my case, pray that most of us will have at least 4 or 5 countries still left after the group stage matches are over. And maybe a few people will have all 6 of their countries still left after the group stage matches are over. Looking at some of the selections, looking at, say, Ruthless, for instance, I think there's a good chance that some of the selections up near the top of the table will have all or most of the countries still left after the group stage matches are over. Now, a warning, once the group stage matches are over, it's an entirely different contest. The teams that are on top of the table one week could very quickly drop down the table, because you could have 6 teams left in your selection after the group matches are over, and then most of those 6 teams lose in the round of 32. So a lot of football to be played between now and the final, including, I should add, the third place playoff match. And bad Adrian, I forgot to include the bonus points for the country who wins the third place playoff. That's a bonus of 75 points. I think I mentioned it in the comment section of the last video I did where I explained the scoring system. I also forgot to mention that any country that has a clean sheet in the match will get a bonus of 20. I think it's 20 points as well. It's in the comment section on that video. I just added it in, but so apologies for missing out those in that video that explained how the scoring system works for Fantasy World Cup. Now, I try to throw in a bit of geography most weeks, if not all weeks. This week, I'm going to look at how different regions are performing so far in the World Cup. Now, I'm of a certain age. I vividly remember the 1978 World Cup in Argentina, so you can nearly guess my age based on that. I'm old enough to remember a point in time where the general expectation was European and South American teams would dominate the World Cup. And if you were drawn against an African team or an Asian team, the general expectation, or even a team from North America, so long as it wasn't Mexico, the general expectation was you would win that game. Things aren't the same anymore, but I just said I'd throw in this graph because one of the things I've heard a lot over the last few weeks is a lot of people moaning that there's 8 countries from Asia taking part, there's 10 countries from Africa. Why don't they give more spaces to Europe? Blah blah blah. Why are Ireland not there? And why are Cabo Verde there? Why are Ireland not there? And why are South Korea there? Blah blah blah. Boo hoo hoo. If you look at the stats, okay, European teams and South American teams, they have a better win percentage than the other regions, and they have a better, or not as bad, lose percentage. But they're not doing that much better than the other regions in the world. So if you look at Africa, for instance, you'll see that roughly, I think, and this is where I need better glasses, but roughly 30% of all the games played by African teams so far in the contest have ended up in wins. And you look at the 10 African countries in the contest, and okay, Tunisia is gone, but a lot of the African teams you would expect will still be there into the round of 32. Like last night, we had Ghana drawn with England. Asia, based on these numbers, may be the weakest of the regions, but there's still a number of strong Asian teams still left in contention. We probably all expect Japan and South Korea to be still there in the next round. There's a good chance that Australia could be there. There's even a not impossible chance that New Zealand could make it through to the next round. And I'm crossing every finger and every toe in the world that Uzbekistan can pull off a shock and also get a place in the next round of the 32, in the round of 32. Otherwise, my selection is kaput. So come on, Uzbekistan. North and Central America, obviously it's a good World Cup for that region because the hosts have just been doing so bloody well. 2 wins on the trot for Mexico, 2 wins on the trot for the USA, and Canada a draw and a 6-0 win. Haiti may be gone, Panama may be gone, but Curacao is still there with a mathematical chance of making it through to the next round. So this is a very long-winded way of me saying that the gap between success levels in Europe and for European teams and South American teams and those for other parts of the world, that gap has narrowed quite a lot, especially in the last few World Cups. Okay, I'm delighted to say, I'm trying to offer variety, so I'm delighted to say we're joined by Elmo for a bit of commentary. We're trying to give a bit of variety here. So Elmo, how are you enjoying fantasy football? Elmo loves fantasy football. Elmo hopes everyone has fun. By the way, apologies for the bad acting. Elmo, you hope everyone has fun, but surely you must be backing one team. Surely you must be backing Spent It All in Your Mal. I heard there's been protests in America about this, that you aren't backing the local team. Oh, expletive deleted. Okay, thanks Elmo. Elmo's gone off to hide, and we have a random RTE commentator also joining us now, a random RTE analyst. Random RTE analyst, how are you enjoying the World Cup so far? It's terrible, it's rubbish. What are you not enjoying about the World Cup? There's been loads of goals. Yeah, I hate all those goals. It's rubbish. Team should be defending more. It's all rubbish football. But all the top players are, they're in form. It's a really interesting World Cup so far. No, it's rubbish. I'm hating every moment of it. Okay, I might like to ask you why you're doing football analysis then, but surely you're enjoying the celebrations. Like, look how excited, for instance, Canada got after they had their first ever World Cup win a few days ago, and it was a 6-0 win. Wasn't that a great moment? No, they shouldn't have been celebrating. No, that was ridiculous. Totally ridiculous that they were celebrating. They should have just gone back to the dressing rooms and basically given out to themselves that they didn't win by 2-0. They were too careless. They could have let in 1 goal in that. Okay, thanks for that, random RTE analyst. Anyway, that's the packaging, the oh my god, analysis even over for this week. Now, this is the bit you really want to know. Who's been doing very well in fantasy football this week? Who hasn't been doing so well? Okay, let's start with the bad news. Who are the teams currently at the bottom of the Fantasy World Cup table? In 5th last place. Make Scotland great again. But in fairness, I think John is moving up the table. So, happy days. In 4th last place. Yet again, in 4th last place, we have Dynamo Darcy. Consistency, Keelan, consistency. Bravo. In 3rd last place, is Make Oranja great again. It wasn't your week this week, Chris, but I have faith. I have faith because I've been told I've got to be nicer in this podcast. So there's a bit of a common theme among some of the teams at the bottom of the table here, but I can't put my finger on it. Okay, we're moving on to second last place. And second last place this week, Louise's Globetrotters pitch edition. Louise moving one place up the table. The only way is up. Well, actually, you could fall down to the bottom of the table again, but moving on quickly. And in last place, I am very distraught to say this, last place is held by Kacchentina Curicat, a devastating result for all felines. Maybe next time someone might enter a team for their dog and we can see how they do as well. But remember, folks, cats have 9 lives, so maybe this selection might get a bit of. I was trying to think of a cat pun about doing better. Maybe that. Yes, this cat team might eventually land on its feet. Got it. When we go into the knockout stages. The top 10. Number 10. This is a bit like good old style top of ups. Number 10. It's soccer Cammy, but not as we know it. Number 9. The soccer ball kickers. Number 8. Definitely, maybe coming home. Number 7. Hide the balls heavyweights. I apologise to the Scottish people, even Mark, for my terrible pronunciation there. Number 6. Erling Haaland. Moving into the top 5. In 5th place, it seems to just want to finish off this bit, folks. Sorry about that. In 5th place, Quinto Partido no mas. Carla, I apologize for the bad pronunciation. In 4th place, the first team to get into 4 figures in this year's competition. They were top of the table 2 days ago, but got overtaken over the last few days. Spent it all on Yamal. And we just got a text in from Elmo to say that Elmo is now supporting Spent It All Yamal, and he's asking us all not to make it a thing, whatever that means. In 3rd place, Continental Drifters, Sean Harrigan drifting up into the top 3. In 2nd place, let's just put it, there's 6 members of the Captain family in this year's competition, and the 2 females are in the top 10. The cat and the males are not in the top 10. 2nd place, the Mesmerizing Masters. But who's top of the table? Staying at number 1 for the 2nd week in a row, Ruthless stays top of the table, and another really good week for Ruthless. Last of all, the most improved teams this week. So which teams got the most points across the last week 2 of group stage matches? The top teams this week, Quinto Partido no mas, again, apologies for the pronunciation, and the Mesmerizing Masters. 2nd place, joint 2nd place, definitely, maybe coming home, Melania's Mundial, and one of the teams are in the bottom 5 last week, but they've obviously moved up the table. That's the way I like it. What a team name. 3rd best team this week. Technically, actually, it's probably the 6th, but you know what. 3rd best team, Spent It All in Yamal. 4th best team this week, Celtic Stormbreakers, CSB. And the 5th best team this week, Continental Drifters. Finally, the That'll Do Pig, That'll Do Award. The That'll Do Pig, That'll Do Awards for this week. I have to give awards in soccer terms, an award to all the host states or nations. They're states, they're not nations. Damn it. Let's use the correct political geography terminology here. So congratulations to USA, Mexico, and Canada. I thought that maybe apart from Mexico, the host countries would have struggled a little bit in this year's World Cup. But Canada winning 6-0, USA actually looking as if they could. I don't think they will eventually, but at the moment they're looking as if they could actually have a very decent run in the World Cup. So yes, the That'll Do award, soccer-wise, goes to the host states. The That'll Do award this week goes to all those selections in the middle of the table, the ones we haven't mentioned so far, the ones that have been basically bouncing between 20-something place and 30-something place, or even moving up into the teens, 12th, 13th. Your time will come, folks. Your time will come. Stick in there. Remember, Fantasy World Cup, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You still have another 4 weeks to turn things around. Until next time, keep doing Fantasy World Cup. Goodbye.